Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That magic moment in your life is here again. The Sports Report is on the air. My friend Gary Patterson is here, and we're going to give you some great insights into what's going on.
That's the plan.
That's it.
Yeah.
The Red Sox last night.
Yeah.
By the way, this is August 8th, Wednesday, August 8th.
Yeah.
The 34th come-from-behind win of the year.
Yeah. They had a 10-7 win last night over at Toronto.
And now they're 80-34.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
It really and truly is.
they're just rolling, too. A lot of inferior competition these days.
Yeah.
And but you don't do that credit. They clean up to them.
They do.
And the Yankees haven't.
Yeah.
Right? The Yankees are like around 500 against some of those terrible teams.
Yeah.
And
Just boneheaded play.
yeah.
Throwing to the wrong base.
Yeah, the
throwing
Yankees
it to the outfield.
The Yankees looked bad over the weekend,
Yeah,
didn't
they
they?
really
I mean, they didn't hit, obviously, but it was more than that. They were asleep at the switch. Defensively, they
were they looked like a well-whipped dog
Yeah,
Saturday night.
yeah.
I mean, they were about as low as you get. Then they got a little spark Sunday, and boy, when Sunday was over, there they were, laying on the ground, whipped again.
Yeah, I think the Sox took it out. The Yankees were up 4-0 in the first game, right? And then kaboom.
Kabongo is right. Yes. And look who we have here, folks.
Yes.
Everybody's friend, Stevie Pearce.
Yeah, had a heck of a weekend.
4 home runs.
4 home runs.
And we picked him up for nothing,
Right.
practically speaking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Dombrowski, boy, I'll tell you what, if you stopped it all right now and said, all right, Judge Dombrowski,
Yeah.
looks pretty good.
It does. I still wish he had another reliever.
Yeah, well,
And he may still get a lefty.
he's going to have to do it.
But
Yeah. However,
we'll see how it goes. But, the two moves that he's made, Eovaldi, I mean, I've seen him twice. I mean, I wasn't jumping for joy when I heard they got Eovaldi.
I was, because I remember him as a Yankee having a live arm.
Yeah. He's throwing 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. For strikes.
Bingo.
So,
I think he knocked one over 100.
yeah.
Right on the nose.
And
I think in the 8th inning.
Pierce has played really well, giving them depth where they needed it.
Yeah.
Right-handed power hitting first baseman.
And Ian Kinsler.
Yeah.
All right. He's hurt.
Yeah, he'll be back.
But this is a veteran player.
Yeah, I like that acquisition, too.
Oh, I like it a lot. Yeah.
So,
I just hope they give him the time to come back and get himself straight before they throw him out there again.
yeah,
Hamstrings can be tough.
they can.
You
It's
know.
only mid-August, so they've got time
Now,
to have him ready for October.
looking back in the archives, you and I sort of picked a rather bleak forecast for the Red Sox this year.
Did we?
Yeah.
Do you have it handy, do you?
I have it at home. I looked at it and cried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was something like I gave you a number, 89 wins, over or under.
Yeah.
We both picked the under.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Ye of little faith we were.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. Well,
I mean, they're a heck of a lot better than certainly we thought, but it's us and everybody else. I mean, the way they're playing, they're literally on a record-breaking pace.
They are indeed.
So can they close the deal? Can they really win 100 and if people are talking about 112 and 50, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If they do that and they win the World Series, they're the greatest team ever? I don't think so, because of the inferior quality of so much of the rest of the American League.
There's
There's the Red Sox,
no
the
doubt.
Yankees, Cleveland.
Yep.
You know, Seattle maybe, and then everybody stinks.
Yeah.
Look at the American League East. Toronto, you know, they got injury problems. Baltimore,
they got personnel problems. They got nobody left to put out there.
Right. And Duquette and Buck are still there.
I wonder if when the dust clears, whether Baltimore got enough from dumping all those players.
Yeah.
Now, some of them were, hey, going to be free agent at the end of the year. We've got to get something for them. But a couple of others they dumped because we're dumping.
Right. So they dumped a lot of salary.
They did.
So are they going to try to just grow it back and become a low-budget team for a while, or are they going to spend some dough?
Time will tell.
They'll do the mistake that everybody makes. They'll spend dough at that second level free agent, and they'll win 10 more games, and they'll still stay. And then they'll chew up cap space, right?
I have a note for you in here. I'll find it. I'll come to it. But, I'll find it as I go through. It speaks to that same thing. Couple of hockey notes. Just real quick.
Yeah, well,
then we'll get back to baseball.
Well, it's 98 degrees outside. Let's talk hockey.
That's all right. Stan Mikita passed away.
Yes.
78 years old.
Stan the man.
Yeah. Some sort of a progressive brain disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it screwed him up.
Yeah, that's a shame. He was a really good player.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Second only to Bobby Hull in Blackhawk history with 541 goals. Leads the Blackhawks with total points, 1,467. Played for them 20 years.
Yep. And he was tough.
Let me tell you something. That stick was stapled to his hands. He didn't drop it.
I was going to say, he would chop your ankles
You
in half.
better believe it.
Yeah.
It'd carve you up with that sucker. And he was very frank about it.
Yes, he was.
I'm a little guy.
Was.
I got to keep these monsters at bay.
I got this stick and I know how to use it.
That's right. A shave and a haircut.
He was a competitor, though.
He was a competitor. And he was a terrific hockey player.
Yes, he was. God bless him.
Ryan Spooner appears to have struck gold in New York with the Rangers.
That's what I understand.
2 years, $8 million.
Yeah.
Am I dreaming or?
No, I don't. I mean, you wouldn't match that, right?
No, he went down there and played in 20 games. Scored 16 points, 4 goals, 12 assists.
Okay.
So maybe we were wrong about him all along. And maybe they saw something in those 20 games and they said to themselves, we want this lad.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He'll get another chance. Maybe a change of scenery will do him good, right?
Boy,
I mean, he's got talent.
He does. He can skate. He sees the ice well.
Just never really clicked here for him.
Well, of course, I think a lot of it was, Claude Julien is an easy guy to beat up.
Yeah.
But Claude never liked him, never liked his style of hockey.
Right.
And he wanted him to be a 220-pound thumping right wing.
Yeah.
When in fact he's 175 or 180-pound tricky center. Oh, don't want you doing that.
Yeah. So 2 years, $8 million. I think I let him go.
Definitely.
Shake his hand and let him go.
Definitely. And if he earns it, God bless him.
Yeah.
By gosh. Jay Beagle is a 32-year-old journeyman hockey player. Vancouver gave him a 3-year, $12 million contract.
Huh. Did he play for them previously?
No.
No.
Unless they got him on a waiver at the end of the season. But he was what, a Washington Cap?
I forget.
Yeah, me too. I looked his record up, and it's
players go out
quite
west.
forgettable.
Hockey players go out west, and I totally lose track of them.
However, remember this. Vancouver is the outfit that in 2016 signed Louis Erickson to a 6-year, $36 million contract.
Yeah. 6 for 36, I recall that.
Yeah, and they get 4 more that they can enjoy paying him on.
So how's he done? I mean,
Nothing much.
nothing much.
Oh
Right?
yeah, he had injuries last year, and
Yeah.
but I do have one bit of good news.
Okay.
John Gibson has grown up with the Anaheim Ducks and has been the goaltender for a while. And they just gave him an 8-year, $51.2 million extension. The former second-round draft pick set career highs last year with 31 victories and a .926 save percentage while playing in 60 games. Gibson has the highest career save percentage among any goalie to appear in 150 National Hockey League games since 1955-56.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So what was the deal again? 6 for what?
It was
6 for 51?
8 years, $51.2 million.
8 years, 51.2. Sounds like $6 million a year.
Yeah.
6 and change, right?
It is.
6 and change.
Now,
Less than Tuca.
Now, get a load of this now. His .923 save mark narrowly tops Ken Dryden
Wow.
at .922
No kidding.
and Dominic Hasek at .922.
Huh.
And
That's
can
pretty
you-
impressive.
And can you guess the third guy at .922?
Oh. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Who is it?
Tuukka Rask.
Is it Tuca?
Yeah.
Wow.
You think of
I always
him
made a
as
wild
being
guess,
up
isn't it?
there in the rarefied air of all-time leaders?
I don't.
No, nor do I.
Even though we do at times see flashes of it.
He flashes of
We
his
see
life,
flashes
yeah.
of it.
But he's been steady.
Yeah.
And William Karlsson, who never scored more than single digits on goals in his career, was drafted by the Golden Knights and produced, 43 goals and 35 assists, and got a $5.25 million contract for 1 year only.
For 1 year.
Yeah, they were apart, the two, the team and he, and they said, "Look, we'll give you a nice contract for 1 year. Prove that you can do it again." They probably
So
didn't
that's-
say
yeah.
exactly that, but
Yeah.
that's reasonable.
So given that, is there any hope that we could move back? What's he got? He's got, 2 or 3 years left?
Yeah,
At 5.5, something like that?
I believe it's
Average?
that. Yeah, yeah. I don't have my
you know.
hockey payroll with me,
Yeah.
but he's in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Might have even tickled 6.
Huh.
But
Nice to be able to move him and free up that money.
wouldn't that be a great thing? Man.
Considering they gave it to him when they didn't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. And one more thing, Jacoby Ellsbury. He's not a hockey player, but he's on the same slip of paper as Dan Mikita.
Yeah.
Sat out the entire season for the Yankees with minor, no, I shouldn't say minor, I don't know, but
just
a
said
variety of injuries. Back and also I think a knee is also in there. But now he's just had hip surgery, and he's with a rehab of like 6 months before he can come back. And
they're
all
probably
the
paying him
time,
maybe, 26, 27 a year?
he is 153 over 7.
Wow.
So 22 maybe?
22.
Yeah. No heavy lifting.
Yeah.
He hasn't put in a full year.
Kind of like Sandoval here.
Yeah.
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 Big number on the payroll.
Yeah. Take the money and run.
Never steps on the field.
And the Bruins are going to retire Ricky Middleton's number.
Yeah.
Number 16's going to the rafters.
Yeah.
I have mixed emotions about that. I'm not wild about this business of retiring numbers.
Yeah, except in really special cases.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too.
And I'm not sure.
So I'm not sure I agree with it either. But I look at it and say, okay, I'm not sure if I agree with it. But if you were going to do it, what took so long? Right? How long has Rick Middleton been retired? 20
Exactly.
years?
Oh, well, more than that, I think. But
So-
he said he was shocked.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised myself. I thought they were retiring it for Derek Sanderson.
It doesn't say when he retired, but he played for the Bruins for a good long while.
Late
And-
70s,
yep,
80s, right?
Yep.
So,
And he ranks fourth on the Bruins all-time scoring list behind Ray Bourque, Johnny Busick, and Phil Esposito.
and towards the end, he left. I mean, he didn't start here in his career. Then he played here. And didn't he leave at the end of his career, play a year or two somewhere else on the way out?
I
No?
don't think so. No. I think he just said back with it and hung it up. I think he had an
So how many
injury.
goals did he have for the Bruins, does it say?
Yes. 402 goals with the Bruins,
Yeah.
496 assists for 898 points in 881 games, over a point a game.
So he was here 10 or 11 years?
Yep. And his 4,000, he was here 12 years.
12 years.
And his 402 goals are the third in Bruins history, behind Johnny Busick and Phil Esposito.
Yeah. I can see the argument.
Especially, I can see the argument because he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he worked his butt off out
Yeah. Nifty.
there. Yeah. And he made other players who
player.
were around him better players. Barry Peterson, for one.
Right. But he wasn't a franchise player.
No.
Like a guy that, you build your team around.
He wasn't
He was
a
a great
stud.
he was a great complimentary piece.
A great complimentary piece. Yeah.
But-
And very underrated, too, defensively.
And I must say 400 goals means more now than it did then.
That's right.
Right. They scored a lot more goals back then.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'm all for it. But my biggest complaint is, why isn't he in the National Hockey League Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it sounds like
He
he
belongs there.
should be considered.
One team in major leagues has used only five starters this year.
Is that right?
One team in the majors.
Surprised by that. And who might that be?
Houston Astros. Garrett Cole, Lance McCullers Jr., Charlie Morton, Justin Verlander, and Dallas Keuchel.
That's a good rotation right
Yeah,
there.
it sure is.
Yeah, that is a good rotation. They're going to be, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Make what you will of this. Pedro Martinez is moving his family to Boston to be closer to his activities with the Red Sox, special assistant to Dombrowski. Jason Varitek also moved his family to Boston recently. What do you suppose this is all about?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably about the fact that they're basically working full time for them, right?
Yeah, I wonder if, because I know Varitek wasn't gung-ho on this, but Varitek wanted in his heart of hearts to be manager.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this is something to, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Have they been asked to take on additional responsibility? I don't know. Well, the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Yeah.
What a 4-game series.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun watching that thing. Knowing
mean-
the Yankees fans were tearing their hair out, especially after they gave up that last game.
I've often wondered what onions feel like when they're in the frying pan,
Yeah.
bubbling and burning. That's about the way the Yankee fans must feel.
It was a tough weekend for them.
Oh, boy.
But, starting pitching led the way, right?
Sure did.
Porcello, just
One hitter. Unbelievable.
could have thrown a perfect game that night, honestly.
He could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Also, the dust-up when Gardner got plunked.
Yeah.
That's a breaking ball.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was funny.
He made something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, then Mookie got plunked. Not plunked, but he got knocked down.
Which, I kind of, you fully expected.
Mookie expected it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that young umpire, I think, although, now, in his defense.
I think it just happened in his defense.
Yes.
You had 2 knockdowns, you won the benches. That's what he's supposed to do.
Well, he was told by Cuzzy, the crew chief.
Yeah.
He said he motioned to me to warn the benches.
Yeah.
I don't think he mentioned anything about Cuzzy yelling at him, throw anybody out that comes out to talk to you about this.
No, but apparently the rule is you're not allowed to argue that.
Well,
So he was trying to tell Cora, stay away because you can't argue this.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard he claimed he told him, if you come over, I got to throw you out. And he came over and he just threw him out and he just stood there and looked at him. The umpire never said a word to him.
Mm-hmm.
Cora vented on him a little bit and the guy just stood there and looked at him, looked away, looked back at him. So, I don't know, I thought it was big to do about nothing. I don't know why Cora was really coming out. I mean, it's Sox-Yankees. They had a brawl 2 months ago. 2 guys hit the dirt, right? And it was done respectfully, right? Nobody got drilled.
In Cora's defense.
Sit them down.
In Cora's defense.
So they've won the benches. I mean,
but in Cora's defense, he said, if in fact you're saying my guy threw at
Gardner. Yeah.
Gardner.
Yeah.
If you say he threw at Gardner deliberately, because that's what you're saying by warning both benches,
Yeah.
why didn't you throw him out? There's a rule that says if you throw at anybody deliberately, you're out of the game.
Right.
That's what he was complaining about.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a rule we don't pay a lot of attention to.
No. So
First time around.
I get his complaint, but at the same time,
We're big boys.
I get the umpires too saying, this is Sox-Yankees. Already had 1 fight this year.
Yeah, and Hamari.
Shut it down right now.
Yeah, Hamari, this is his second year as an umpire.
Both leadoff hitters went down.
Yeah.
Up and in. Nobody got drilled, so nobody's out of the dugout yet. Issue the warning.
No blood, no foul.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that.
I don't either, the way it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the old days, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you had 3 hits in the game and you come up for the 4th at bat, back in the old days, you went down.
Yeah. And he wasn't trying to hit Betts. He was trying to come up and he doesn't want to hit Betts. He doesn't actually want to hit him and put him on base. He wants to knock him on his butt. Up and in.
A message.
Make his heart skip a beat.
Yeah, a message.
Right.
As the Rem Dog said, you are going to remember that for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
That's in your mind. And speaking of the Rem Dog,
yeah, sad news.
Sad news.
Yeah. He's had a tough decade.
And for you folks that aren't aware, Jerry Remy, his cancer has reoccurred. He got the news over the weekend. So he's left the team and in the hands of the doctors right now.
Wish him the best.
They wish him the best is right. This is his sixth brush with cancer.
Yeah. And in between, his son got sentenced to life.
Yeah, for murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be.
He's had a tough 10 years.
That's right. So most home runs, for the Red Sox in their first year, is an interesting deal.
It is. Yeah. What do you got?
Well, up till now, 42 home runs by Dick Stewart.
Dick Stewart. I remember. Talked to Strangeglove.
Jimmy Fox. 41.
Yeah.
Manny Ramirez, 41.
Yeah.
Tony Amos, 36. And unless you've been peeking over here, I want to know who the final one is. At 34.
At 34? It's hard not to pick Ted Williams, but so I'd pick Ted Williams.
Carl Everett. Of all the guys...
Carl Everett hit 34 homers his first year?
Yes, in 2000.
I remember Carl Everett as a total bust.
Yeah, and
here you're telling me he hit 34 home runs his first year
year he battled teammates, the press, the fans, but in the meantime, hit 34 home runs. After that, it was...
Why don't I remember that? Does that shock you?
It shocked the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A thoroughly dislikable fellow.
Yeah. I mean, I look back on Carl Crawford as a disaster.
Carl Everett.
Carl Everett, rather.
Yeah. A switch hitting disaster.
Yeah.
But J.D. Martinez...
Oh, he could hit, though. I mean, he could hit, right?
Yes. Yeah,
So-
and by the way, he could play defense, too. He could
I
run.
can't remember him hitting like in the 20s. You know?
Yeah.
34 is just...
Well, it's the best year he ever had.
Yeah.
J.D. Martinez, through Saturday, had 33, but he set that straight.
Added another one.
No, so he's got 34. So he's got 8 to go to be the all-time leader.
He's likely to get it.
That
bullet he hit last night off the foul pole.
If he's healthy, he's going to do this
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
Now,
So we got him. We got him locked up for this year and next year.
Next
and
year,
then
yeah.
he can opt out.
yeah. He's enjoying his time
that's
here.
good.
He's saying all the good
got him
things.
for another
So
year
who
anyway.
knows? Now, I hate to bring this up because I'm going to look silly in this. But if you recall, or maybe you didn't recall, but I was raving one night that I wanted the Red Sox to sign Eric Hosmer.
I remember that. I do recall
Yeah.
that. It's legitimate. He's telling the truth.
Good fielder,
Yeah.
good hitter,
Yeah.
and a great guy, well liked by his
Good
teammates.
locker room guy, supposedly.
Well, he was signed by San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego, yeah. For an 8-year contract, $144 million,
Wow.
which comes up a little shy of, it's around $18.5, $19 million
Yeah.
a year. And through 109 games, 429 at-bats, 10 home runs, 46 ribbies, and a 254 batting average.
Wow.
I was mistaken in this move here where I wanted to
Well,
sign
yeah,
him.
it's his first year. I mean, he's still relatively young.
28.
right? He's 28?
Yep.
So, he's playing on the Padres.
Hmm.
You know, it's a classic example. You take the money and go play for the Padres and nobody ever hears of you again.
You know, it's a funny thing. But, get the big money, then, I'm not going to kill myself out there. I don't want to cripple myself the rest of my life. So I get a little bit more cautious, sort of like Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah.
Or do I still continue to pound it?
Yeah. Problem is, who's he got, protecting him in the lineup out there, right?
There's nobody.
Right. So, it's a nice place. The weather's nice. Real estate's expensive, but he can afford it.
Yep. And certainly at $18.5 million a year,
So-
he can afford it.
They could end up trading him though, because if this year's free agents, Harper, Machado, if those guys are suddenly making 35 a year, his 18 will become marketable in another year.
I think
Padres
you're right.
could probably move him on.
Yeah,
if they wanted
especially
to.
if after this year is over, if next year
Yeah.
he goes back to hitting 300 and
Yeah.
18 to 20 home runs a year, and well, heck. But
So, just a few years ago, three years ago maybe, kind of 25 was the top number
yeah,
for whoever the franchise player was.
Mookie's going to blast that one out of.
Yeah, we're going probably 35 to 40.
I would guess.
The Sox are probably going to have, if they have another year or two until they have to do it, they're going to have to pay Mookie like $40 million a year.
Mookie must be licking his chops.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to.
I don't see how the devil they can avoid it.
Assuming somebody else is willing to do it if they don't.
Yeah. Bobby Dahlbeck is now at Double-A baseball for the Red Sox. He's up in Portland.
Okay.
And 3 games, 2 home runs so far up there.
Okay.
And he's now between High A and Double-A. He has 26 home runs and 85 RBIs.
So a young kid?
Yeah. Third baseman.
They like him?
They like him a lot.
Huh.
And
they drafted him?
Yeah. I'm sorry. He's got 28 home runs.
28
home runs. Yeah. He's from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's one of these 6'4", 230-pound third basemen.
Huh.
That
interesting.
So
there might be some budding talent yet.
Well, I think at
that
worst case, trade bait.
Yeah.
Because they look like they're pretty much...
the cupboard is bare.
Yeah, but the third base appears to be covered. I think Raphael has that till he falls apart.
Right. They need to draft well.
They've got to draft well. Oh, they need some miracles in the draft.
Right.
Really badly. Ratings on Sunday night ESPN baseball are down 8% this year. Down 8.
Yeah.
Gee, is there any reasons for that other than A-Rod can't shut up?
Yeah.
And the announcer is lousy, and then the female announcer.
Yeah.
She keeps on stepping on A-Rod's lines.
Their chemistry is a little mixed up.
And A-Rod had to remind her gently that I played out there, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It seems awkward at times.
Very awkward. Yeah, I don't think that's a good mixture at all.
But, that Sox-Yankees game, over 4 hours. And, they did, if you caught when they were talking about the fact that they were timing the time between pitches. And both starters were over 30 seconds.
Over 30 seconds.
Between each pitch. And they wondered why they have a 4-hour game.
Yeah.
That game was just tedious to watch.
By the way, who knighted or blessed or promoted Buster Olney into being a great expert color guy?
Yeah.
Have you heard him say anything terribly insightful?
Not really.
No.
To be honest with you, the only time I've watched Sunday Night Baseball this year is when the Sox have been
on.
Yeah.
But I watched one other game I think I was bored.
Yeah.
But they were awkward.
Yeah.
That threesome in the booth, along with Buster Olney down in the stands, is
time for Sunday Night Football.
It's coming.
Yep.
I cut out an article here about some thoughts of John Henry, but I'm going to skip it. I don't understand John Henry. I really and truly don't.
Yeah.
Nice. If you remember during spring training, I got frustrated initially with the writers' negativity and that we hadn't done much. And I pointed out how bad our approach was last year and how a clean sweep of the staff was a major change. Alex and his staff have had a clear approach that is quite different from what we had before, different on a number of levels. In other words, John Farrell, you've just been cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, you have been parboiled.
Yeah.
And don't bother to drop around and visit with us again.
Yeah, and you don't hear his name come up when people talk about, possible future managers.
It's as though he's died and gone away.
Fired, yeah.
Yeah. I would look for a nice, comfortable position. I think he's got something cooking.
I see his old girlfriend all the time she's up on New Hampshire now, Channel 9.
Oh, really?
Manchester. Yes.
Now, which one's that?
The one he was cavorting with.
Oh, that he married her, though, didn't he?
I don't know. She's on the TV. She's on the local news up there on Channel 9 in Manchester.
Don't tell me they've gone Splitsville.
I have no idea. But she is around.
My.
And still in the business. She's in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Good luck.
One of the most quickly deteriorating cities in the country.
Really?
Yeah. Drugs. Yeah.
And they deny it.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
It's like Lowell and Lawrence.
I hate to say it, but the two places that are on the news every single night, Brockton and Manchester, New Hampshire.
Really? Manchester? Is that bad, huh?
Pick a night and watch. Oh, Manchester's just...
Oh, Springfield. Springfield is no walk in the park either.
Right. It's the whole opioid thing.
And when I was teaching CCD, we'd talk about other subjects. And I'd explain to the kids, you're the luckiest kids in the world living in Norfolk. You're living in a safe haven.
Yeah.
You're as safe as if you were in your mother's arms.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by crime, by drugs, and through luck, through God's good graces, or whatever, you are in the catbird seat.
Yeah.
Because they were complaining to me about how Norfolk is stupid and there's nothing to do.
Boring.
Yeah. Boring.
Yeah.
And that's when I pointed out to them about Brockton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids get killed by random bullets.
Springfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got some names.
Okay, names.
Names. Make with them what you will. Steve Pearce.
Yeah. Terrific acquisition.
There he is, right there.
Great acquisition.
Great acquisition. Solid ball player.
Good against, hits lefties really well.
Not going to do you any harm.
No.
Not unless you misuse him. But against lefties,
yeah,
pretty solid guy.
I will say with all these three acquisitions, I like them all. I have no idea what they gave up, whether they gave up any legitimate prospects who we're going to look back in a couple of years and say, like Jeff Bagwell, and we look back and say, holy mackerel, we gave him up for a rental relief pitcher.
A relief pitcher that can throw 98 or 99 miles an hour by the name of Buttery.
Yeah.
He'd been down to Paw Sox, and the night I saw him, he was lighting it up at 98 or 99, but he couldn't get it over the plate.
Yeah.
And Williams Jerez, who I don't think there's a great future for him, but
yeah,
he's another pitcher. So they gave him up. We'll see how it all works out.
Yeah.
Andrew Benintendi.
Yeah. Kid's having a great year.
We don't talk enough about him.
No, we don't.
Because he's so quiet, so self-effacing.
He's been a great number two hitter, too.
Oh, you know what? He's been a great everything.
Yeah. Best outfield in baseball, right? I mean,
yeah, no question.
You consider defense,
base
running. They all run the bases well.
Yep. JBJ has almost beginning to look like he can stick in a hit here now occasionally.
Yeah, he's heating up a little bit. He's a streaky guy, too. He'll get going.
Oh, man, would I like to see him.
He had a couple of, like a 2-week period where he hit well.
I'd like to see a red-hot 3-week period out of him.
Hit a homer last night, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And he's a pretty good base runner. He can run the bases. He can steal a base.
He's a 5-tool player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lead the major leagues in stolen bases.
I know it.
The Boston Red Sox lead the major leagues in stolen bases.
And it wasn't that long ago when they were strictly station to station.
Right. And they lead the major leagues in stolen base success percent. They're like 82% or something.
Benintendi's been caught twice.
Yeah.
Now, Mookie, you just can't say enough good things about. Can't say enough good things. Blake Swihart steps in, gets the chance of a lifetime, and gets hurt.
Yeah,
and was hitting well.
starting to
that
come
throw
around.
to second base
Yeah,
was about as the perfect throw.
yeah, it really was.
I think this kid has got a lot of talent, and to see him sidelined like that,
Right.
really
So
stinks.
and it's a muscle-related injury, right? Hamstring or something.
Yep.
So,
Well, the
you wonder if
hormone-
he's about to enter the "he can't stay on the field" label. 'Cause it's too bad. He finally got a chance, and he was showing some life, and he's out with a hammy.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
really?
I know it stinks. Rafael Davis, I wonder about his shoulder. Oh, my shoulder's fine. My shoulder's fine.
Yeah.
But boy, he had a streak of 3 or 4 games when his throws from third to first were atrocious.
Yeah.
I think something's bothering the kid, and why they don't get him off the field is something I don't understand.
Yeah, it's interesting to talk about him and thinking about the postseason and what do you want to do there, Because
The Red Sox got a bunch.
he's not a good defensive third baseman.
They got a bunch of options. Yeah.
Right.
Long range, he's got to go over to first, I think.
And the guy you can get for basically nothing is Adrian Beltre.
Yeah.
He's available.
Yeah.
They've openly said they're open to talking to anybody about
Boy,
it.
that's not exactly a poke in the eye with the sharp stick getting him.
Yeah. And you basically have to give up nothing. You take on the rest. And I think, I don't know if he's signed through next year. I don't think he is.
He's not.
Right.
I don't think he is. But there's one problem with that, and it's if he is brought over on waivers, he's ineligible for playoffs.
Right, so you got to trade for
Yeah.
him. If they trade for him, he's eligible,
Yeah.
right? So they have to trade for him. He has to clear waivers,
Yep.
but he'll clear waivers.
Oh, well, would the Yankees block it? I don't think so.
I doubt it.
Would the Indians block it?
I don't know.
I don't
They'll all
know.
have
yet.
the opportunity.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
nobody's
the
blocked anything yet, right?
Nothing I've seen, no.
Adam
course.
Jones, Adam Jones refused to go.
That's
He-
right,
10-5, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting, too, because he said, my family's situated here.
yeah.
He said, my family's more important than...
Yeah.
Interesting, huh? In this day and age?
Yeah, he's a good player, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very solid player.
And I think he's the kind of guy that, the character guy and all,
Yeah.
Baltimore would be well served hanging on
Yeah,
to
to keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still got a few years left.
Yeah.
of it,
And he plays ball the right way. Dustin Pedroia is still talking about, I think I'll be able to get in for a couple of games or something.
He's
Yeah.
done.
I'm sure he's been told, Dustin, knock it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, don't hurt yourself trying to do this. Follow the regimen we've set up and stop this. And he just can't stop yapping
He's
about
got, after this year, another 3?
it. I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah.
Ian Kinsler gets a chance of a lifetime to come here. And
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back.
yeah,
Again, we need him for October. It's
That's right.
the middle of August.
yep.
Hammy, hopefully he makes it back.
What do you think we're going to see from Chris Sale?
Well, I like the fact that he's sitting down. He clearly faded at the end of last year, right? I mean, I think everybody's in agreement.
No doubt.
He failed. He threw a lot. He was, Cora has contained him, and now, much like Pedro used to do, he's taking a little break,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Pedro used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Where he'd go on the 15-day disabled list, he'd miss a couple starts, and then he'd come back strong for the finish.
Better than ever.
Right? And so I think I like it. I don't think he's really hurt. I think they're being super cautious, and
A little tired, little
Right.
inflammation.
he's going to get a couple weeks off.
And as Peyton Manning used to say back in the old days, just rub a little dirt on it.
Yeah.
And
So-
they would have pitched. So I think it's wise what they do.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't
And
usually.
you almost wonder if when he comes back, if it'll be Price or Porcello that suddenly goes on the 10-day DL to get a little break before.
They'll probably,
push.
either that or somebody will skip a start.
Yeah.
I don't usually get.
Well, on that subject, of no lefty in the bullpen in Pomeranz, who's been awful since he's come back the last couple starts. I think I would like to see them make the move right now and make him a reliever right now, and let him pitch out of the bullpen the last 6 weeks of the season, and then he could be a lefty out of the pen in the bullpen.
After his 5 walks last night, I don't think I want to see him coming out of the bullpen.
Well, he's, of course, a very frustrating player, right? Because when he gets in his groove, like he did for that stretch last year, he won 16 games last year, right?
Sure did. 17.
17.
Yeah.
Yes, and he had that stretch of 12 or 13 or 14 starts in a row where he was really good, right? And you watch him last night, and his pitches have action on them.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
You just can't get him that curveball last night. The thing was moving like a seagull in a windstorm, for crying out loud.
It was,
but he couldn't get it over the plate.
Yeah, and then they started throwing the fastball, and that thing was rising.
Yeah.
And,
He's clearly lost some velocity. I mean, he's throwing 92-mile-an-hour four-seamers.
There's something cooking there, I think.
So I think, I don't see him as a starter, right? You need 4 at the most. So you got Sale, Price, Porcello, and Eovaldi.
Yeah, and in the 5th spot is surprise, Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
Who is flexible. Did you see him the other day? 5 innings, 11 strikeouts.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the postseason, you never need a 5th starter.
That's correct.
And
you
a lot of times your 1, 2, and 3 actually get an extra start over your 4, right? The way the series line up.
Sure.
So I don't think there's a spot. He's not going to pitch in the rotation. So can he help you out of the bullpen? I'd put him there now, and then at the end of the season, you can make a decision whether he's even on the roster.
I agree with you. And of course, the rosters will expand in September.
Right.
And then you don't have to put him on the World Series roster. In fact, you'd be well advised not to.
But if he can get his act together, maybe you want him in the pen as a lefty. You have no lefties out there, right?
Well, you got Brian Johnson, but you're using him as a starter.
We just talked about the 4 starters, and it didn't include Erod.
That's right.
If he comes back.
That's right.
He could work out of the pen. Brian Johnson, right, and Pomeranz. There's 3 lefties. So you have left-handers on the roster. You now know they're not going to get starts in the postseason. You got 6 weeks left. I say put them in the bullpen. I'd put Pomeranz in the bullpen and let the other kids start.
Yeah, Brian Johnson.
Well, let Brian Johnson start, but he's starting now, right, with the injuries.
Yeah, right.
So
he's in there.
Hector. Let Hector start.
Yeah. Velasquez.
Yeah. And see if Pomeranz can become a useful situational lefty.
Either that, or get him to take his arm to Mass General.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's something cooking there, and if there is, shut him down.
That's the off season, but there's a decision point whether he's going to be on your team in the postseason or not, right?
Right now, no.
And he's not going to be a starter.
Nope.
So can he be a reliever? I say put him in the bullpen now.
Find out.
Let him make 20 bullpen appearances in the next 6 weeks.
David Price was put in the bullpen.
Did well.
He looked
did
great.
really well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How about
he's starting?
Joe Kelly.
Yeah, Crazy Joe. It's just Mr. Inconsistency.
Yeah. Heath Embry.
I feel the same way about all of them. There are times, and that's why I say they have a good regular season bullpen, but they don't have a good postseason bullpen.
Bonzi comes
They're all the
in.
same. They're all the same.
He pitches well, then he comes in and he pitches not so well.
I've been saying all year, the only one who I feel is consistent is Kimbrel. He gave up blew the save last night, but that was a bomb he gave up to Smoke last night. That thing,
man, that
was crushed.
That might have gone to Quebec.
Yeah.
I don't usually fall in love with talking heads.
Yeah.
Lenny Donato, however, is very well spoken and very insightful.
Yeah. He's certainly better than the other choices.
Oh,
you know. I'm not a Jim Rice fan. I'm not a Tim Wakefield fan.
I like Jimmy,
Good
all
players.
right, but he's not. A little bit of Jimmy goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a limited menu. But
I
Psycho.
always take interest in what he's wearing because he's quite the dresser.
Yeah. And I like it when he tells stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a linebacker in high school. How come, Jimmy? I like hitting guys.
Yeah.
But
talk about a guy who was in the media and hated the press when he was a player. Jim.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he is rivaled David Price today in terms of his acidic relationship with the press.
It was a mean man.
Yeah, and it went both ways. They hated him and he hated them.
Yeah. And I went to an autograph show over in Randolph, and Don Baylor and Jim Rice were there.
Yeah.
And I happen to have like 4 pictures of each job, and nice pictures, So it was like $8 a signing, or something. I don't know. And so I said to myself, Baylor is going to eat me up, chew me, and spit me out. No, I'm sorry, Jim Rice is.
Yeah.
And Baylor, I never knew much about.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Is that right?
Rice was the nicest guy in the world.
No kidding.
Yeah, shook my hands and asked me how long I'd been a fan and all this. And Baylor just took the autograph.
Next. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a couple of the guys tried to talk to Baylor. That was about the reply they got out of him.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Got hit by too many pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Did Aaron Boone do the Red Sox a great favor by yanking Tanaka early? I mean, 4 2/3 innings, 1 earned run, 1 base on balls, and 9 strikeouts, and he runs out to yank him.
Yeah. Well, Tanaka certainly thought he did. He was not happy to come out of that game.
I was the happiest man in
I was
North
surprised.
America.
It seemed like an early hook, and they were talking about it that it's all hands on deck. Got to treat it like a playoff game, but
even in a playoff game, you wouldn't yank him that fast. I don't think.
Yeah,
it was
one of those weekends that everything the Yankees did came up bad, and everything the Sox did came up good. It was just
the Sox could do no wrong.
Yeah.
The Red Sox, has swept 4-game series with the Yankees in 2016, June 4th, 1990.
Yeah.
Then you go back to 1969. 1959, 1944, and finally 1939.
Wow. It doesn't happen that often.
Was quite a 4-game sweep.
Yeah, especially to get the 4th game the way they did. 9th inning off of Chapman.
That
was something.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah. Chapman blew it, though. He didn't have his good stuff. He couldn't locate.
Oh, no, that's too bad. Yeah. Let's see if I got a quick. One thing. I got a long article here I did want to talk about, but we did a pretty good job here getting through the baseball stuff. Is Rob Manfred obsessed with making changes? Is he obsessed with getting his brand on baseball?
No, I don't know. I think he has the long-term view in view, and I think they're concerned.
Well,
that generationally, if you're looking out 10 or 15 years,
they've been shifting ball players around the field since time immemorial.
right.
Granted, the Ted Williams shift is what really made things change.
Right.
But good hitters and good teams see that shift, and they say, all right, now we're going to adjust here. We're going to start going the other way on a regular basis.
Which is what happened historically in the past, over the past 30 years, when teams have tried shifts. Some have done it, and players went the other way. Players bunted, right? Big Papi bunted. Play a bunt down there.
But here's the sad
10 seconds to
state
get to
of
first base.
baseball is most of these guys can't bunt anymore.
And they can't hit the other way.
I know it.
And these lefties are up. The entire left side of the infield's open. The shortstop, third baseman's over playing second.
Yeah.
Shortstop's up by the bag. The entire left side is open, and they can't.
Benintendi goes the other way. Well.
Yeah, and I would think he's one of the guys. He and Mookie. And I don't know that they shift Mookie that much.
Right.
They shift. And I don't know why you would shift JD Martinez, because he hits the ball all over the field, right?
Real quick, any surprises with the Patriots?
Not really. I mean, it seemed like they're going to be a little
Guess what's going to happen tomorrow night?
What's that?
First game.
Yeah, first exhibition game.
Yeah,
Redskins. I don't think it'll be too exciting, but
no, I don't think it'll be exciting anyway. It never is. I don't really care for preseason football, but I'm wondering how.
Worried about the wide receivers. I think they're
Eric Decker.
Really shallow.
By the way, do you know who Eric Decker's wife is?
Yes,
Jesse James Decker. Yeah, she's on those Nutrisystem commercials in the almost invisible bikini.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting ad.
Yeah.
I watch it closely when it comes on.
Yeah, he did well there.
Yeah. But she's a country and western singer.
She's a singer, yeah.
On that upscale note.
Yes.
All right, now listen, folks. We will talk about the Patriots next time.
Yeah, as the season gets closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the Red Sox do sensational things, so
we'll see.
In tough shape.
We talk about whatever's hot.
That's it. All right. Hey, folks, enjoy your night. Watch the Red Sox. Brian Johnson's pitching tonight. And check back with us in a couple of weeks. And
there you go.
We'll have more for you. Good night. Or good afternoon.